2025 is the year I get my act together. At the time of this recording, it is November 10th, 2024. Mark my words. I will be the richest because I'm already wealthy. Don't get it twisted. I am wealthy in love, in God's love, family love, friends love, self-love, God's protection, God's covering. I am shielded. I am good. I have more than enough. I trust my abundance, okay? But 2025, mark my words, will be the best year I have financially. And I'm going to grind. I'm going to hustle. I'm going to do the work. I'm going to commit. I'm going to focus. I'm going to sacrifice. I'm going to lead with love. I'm going to lead with God's guidance. And I'm going to do what I got to do to make it happen. And for it to last, I'm talking long money. I'm not talking about, quick money, quick sprints. That's great and all, and it will happen. I'm not going to block any of my blessings. Hello. But what I'm talking about is 2025 is the year that all of the hard work I've put in to heal myself and know myself, therapy, coaching, journaling, praying, and not in any particular order, but reading, watching videos, working out, everything. Rebuilding my trust in God, rebuilding my friendships, rebuilding my relationships with my family, my parents, my siblings, becoming a better auntie, becoming a better me to me. All of that is going to kick into high gear. I know it. And I need you all to jump on board with me and you have your best year ever as well. Please. I'm not even joking. I'm so pumped. I just know it's like I feel it in my chest. Like my chest is getting hot right now. Like just talking about it because I know God is so faithful. God is so real. And we are all worth it. I just read my affirmation. I am worth it. Say, I am worth it. We are worth it. God makes no mistakes. God is always working. God works. Take that how you want. God works. Know that. My favorite saying these days is trust God, trust myself, trust the process, and more recently, which is how I'm going to start ending my videos, is trust the abundance. Trust the abundance, because that was something I lacked forever. I was in such a state of lack mentality. I wasn't able to trust God because I was always focused on what I didn't have. And it took me years to get an attitude of gratitude. I'm 40 years old, in debt. I would have been so depressed a year ago if I knew I was going to be in this situation a year ago. Even just 6 months ago, I was having a financial situation where I was just like, I want to do everything before I even touch my savings, And I want to share this, but God told me I'm going to need that savings through the end of the summer. So I was like, still not trusting God or listening. I was just like, really? No. I'm not going to spend my savings, I'm going to make money throughout the summer. And here we are approaching winter, and my savings saved me. Trust me. They don't call it a savings for nothing. That savings saved me, and it gave me one of the best years. Although the toughest, having a savings gave me the best year to just sit with myself, face myself, learn God, learn how to listen to God, learn how to approach my money from different perspectives, not just from my own doing and my own planning. I had to surrender. Here you go, God. Here you go, world. I don't know. I'm not in control. Not world, but God. And have faith. This has been a true test of my faith. It wasn't until 5 or 6 months ago that I really when I let go. Prior to that, I was getting so depressed. I was getting so overcome with debilitating feelings of like, I can't do this. Scarcity mindset is too real. And it really takes a lot of prayer affirmations. My love language is words of affirmation. So not just, providing other people's with words of affirmation, but myself. So I have quotes everywhere. I have my vision board in front of me. I have my poster board with sayings, you know what I mean? And motivating things around my, wall. People wordsmiths that I enjoy and find inspiration from. Athletes even, you know what I mean? I have motivation and inspiration all around me. And if that's what it takes in order to stay grounded and stay focused, then I'm gonna keep doing it, and I have to, if I don't have these reminders around me, I'll forget. I will never turn on the camera. I'll never be able to relay these messages that are on my heart that God's giving me to funnel through to you all. I'll just be in my room on this couch in my office, actually, sulking, depressed, like I was just 6, 7, 8 months ago, a year ago. Depressed, sad, feeling useless, feeling just overwhelmed with sadness. Like I couldn't just get up and change my circumstances, and I fell back into my old habits of being in survival mode. So I'm grateful to have not made as much money as I have, because God knows me. God knows me in my scarcity mindset. And I had to go through having nothing. I am so close to having nothing in my bank account. And I'm still human. I still have those emotions where I'm like, okay, God, I'm trusting you. And I feel like I'm walking a tightrope on a cliff. But I know deep down, like, it's don't look at just today. I mean, focus on today. Don't be in the future, because it's not going to turn out the way you think it is. Good or bad, it's just not going to turn out the way you envision. So you might as well just stay here. So I'm remaining faithful. I'm remaining present. And my own saying, I have it up there on my wall: do the work. Do the work. And that's something I was not doing in the beginning, and that was the root cause of why I got into this financial situation, is because I was relying on everyone else to make my situation better and not myself. I wasn't believing in the power of my own tongue and the power of God's power and words and guidance in order to get me out of these situations. I still don't know where it's going to lead me or how the rest of the month or year is going to get paid, but I trust God. Because I guarantee you, a year ago, I did not think that I even had enough money for my bills October 2023. But God got me through a whole entire year. And here we are, November 2024. Lights are working. I have all this technology around me to change my life. I have access to the internet. I got food. I got water. I got bread. I know how to fish figuratively. I don't know how to actually fish maybe that'll be my next vlog, but I know how to go get it, and I had my moments of despair. I had my moments of depression, and they still come and go, but I have to keep building my toolbox and relying on God and really just being still. You know what I mean? Like, being still. I got invited out tonight to go hang out at my friend's house. She's cooking dinner, all that. And I love hanging out with my friends. I really, really do. But it would cost me $60 to get 10 minutes away from my house in a Lyft, which is ridiculous when you think about it. But I would have done it. But there will be sacrifices. And this was one of those little sacrifices that I'm making for the bigger picture. You know what I mean? And she's just one example of how I'm making these changes moving forward. And before, I couldn't say no. I wasn't in the season. If you watch my previous vlog, I talk about communication and how communication is actually a big key to paying off your debt and learning how to say no to every function and every birthday party and prioritizing whose events you're going to go to and when. And as much as I love hanging out with my best friends and seeing them and her extending this invitation, I have to say no. You know what I mean? And her birthday's in a couple of weeks. So it's like, we're going to go hang out in a whole nother country together. So I got to save up for that and be mindful of my spending, because I can't let anything or anyone shake me in between what I got to do today. That's where I'm at. You know what I mean? And what I do today is going to impact my future. Even though I'm not there yet, but what I do today is going to impact my future. That $60 can go to my outfits for that trip. You know what I mean? Like snacks, new pair of running shoes that I actually really do need. But that's just one tiny example of the sacrifices that come with this whole journey. And I really do believe in kind of delaying some of that instant gratification. Now, some things, go out there and celebrate. You know what I mean? But again, one of my mottos is anything in excess is not good for you. Maybe there's a Bible verse for that. I don't know yet. I'm still getting to know the Bible and stuff like that. But I feel like if I say yes to everything I'm invited to, I'm going to keep digging this hole for myself. And there's no love lost. But again, it comes down to communication. She extended the invite. I had to say no. And we're both still okay. You know what I mean? And I didn't have to go into the detail of like, well, I got to pay off my debts. I'm on a debt-free journey. I'm doing all this, she knows my heart. She knows my heart. She knows I'm not saying no because I hate her. So if you struggle with saying no with someone, just get into the practice of it. You know, start with a text message. Start with however you need to start the conversation, but do it with people you trust. You know what I mean? And, you know, work on yourself through this whole process. But again, I'm just letting God work through me in this process. And in the future, in 2025, I envision, you know, I still feel like we can have a bit of a plan, but I envision 2025 being my strongest year ever, you know, in order to facilitate to create a foundation moving forward. But for now, I got to do the little things, you know, clean up the little crevices and fill in some of the cracks that are going on before we just go standing on business and then the whole foundation breaks. You know what I mean? So, whoo! So I hope you are in this with me and we're in this together, and we're going to get through this. And we're going to talk it out. We're going to document it, and I will keep telling you guys what I'm doing right now. I'm just, like I said, kind of fixing the little cracks until we can get to the bigger chunks of the pie, like my credit card debt, teeth debt, school debt, all of those things, which, yeah, we'll get those going and kicked into action in 2025 for sure. But right now we're just maintaining. Again, my goal is to increase my income, to bulk up my savings, avalanche method, and then eventually, you know, rinse and repeat, but always God first. And until the next one, it's your girl Lilz. This is another episode of Lilz at Home, debt-free journey edition. Thank you for watching, and I hope you made it this far. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and please tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. And remember, life is a blessing. Trust the abundance, and we're in this together. Let's go.